Well, my name is Munro Neville, and I've lived in this since 1990 here. I'm now 90, and unfortunately I lost my wife in 2000, so I've been on my own for 25 years. Several years ago, my daughter thought I needed some help with company more than anything else. I was becoming a little bit isolated, and Nancy has in fact filled a huge void in that context. My daughter having introduced me to care, as it were, it was the best thing that happened to me, and I now have a much more fulfilled life. And Nancy comes 3 times a week, looks after me in general sense. Shopping, lunch, washing and ironing and so forth. So I'm looked after very well in that sense. And I'm very grateful for that kind of support. I have a very good relationship with Nancy, which is due to the way that we both approach the situation. I like to tease her and she likes to tease me, so it's a bit of banter that goes on between all the time. So it's good. I have a son in Sydney, and I hear from him regularly once a week. My daughter is at the end of a telephone if I need her, but I don't really like to call her because she's a busy lady with her own problems and her own family. She wanted me to sell up and go and live in assisted accommodation. I looked at several of those and decided I wouldn't do that. I just didn't want the change away from an environment with which I was familiar, where I have friends in the golf club and everything else, and I just thought I would isolate myself even more than I was. So, if you like, Nancy was the answer, and she's proved to be the answer for me, because my life now is comfortable, well looked after. I'm very happy with the way things are at the moment. So she is a bedrock for my welfare. I really don't know what it would be like without Nancy, honestly. And she's witnessed some decline in my activities, but she's been good and helped me over that difficulty. Yeah. What is the secret? Lots of alcohol, women, and I think one of the things was being able to work through till I was 75 in a job that I loved. And on retiring from my medical business, I always had business interests, and the golf club was in dire straits. So I took over the golf club and rectified its debts and everything else and got it back on, so it's still an ongoing concern. Everyone's forgotten about that now, except me, but that's another matter. It's still going. So when I gave up work, I had another problem to deal with on a daily basis and get on with it, and that was a bridge that was really quite good. And then that came to an end, and that's when I my daughter began to fret about things. And there we are. Yes, oh yes, I always liked a challenge, yes. And so the golf club's going, so touch wood.